Today's video is brought to you by Beautiful Halo. Thank you so much for sponsoring me, first of all. And if you guys would like some good quality anime merch, you can go to Beautiful Halo, link in the description below. And on your next $49 plus order, you can get 5% off with the code MEME. And if it's $99 plus, you can get 10% off with the same code MEME, M-I-M-E. Let's get right into the video. Fuck's sake, I wanna do this video. I don't wanna upload for a full month. I'm going to feel no not November. I'm scared as fuck. Shit. Anywho, welcome back, guys. This is King of Weebs here, and this is What If Naruto Was in Anbu Part 1 remake. Yes, this is a full-on remake, and this is probably going to be the best video I've ever made. I hate my life. God damn it. It's going to be 30 long uploads of this month of me not beating my meat. I'm fucking done. Anywho, I hope you will all enjoy this, and let's get into it. We begin this video with Naruto, well, you know, being born, and everything here happens as per normal. Naruto here, though, he was being debated between the Hokage and the elders and Danzo. And of course, the elders were saying that Naruto, you know, should be put in an orphanage, and you know, same as Hiruzen. But then, you know, Danzo was debating that he should take care of him. He will be part of the Anbu. You know, Danzo will make him into a beast. He will make him into a weapon of mass distraction. Fucking retarded. A weapon of mass destruction. Anywho, of course, Naruto was still a baby, so of course he wouldn't have many friends in his life. But anyway, of course, Danzo wins the debate because, you know, he convinced the elders, and yeah, Naruto's been taken into the, you know, Anbu, and the little baby Naruto, you know, has no one pretty much. Of course, baby Naruto really wasn't, well, you know, Danzo wasn't bothered to look after baby Naruto, and so you got Anbu to look after him. And so basically what he thought is that, you know, if Naruto, even from a, you know, young age, from being born, he saw how the Anbu worked, he'd learn from them. And so, you know, Kakashi, who just left the Anbu, was confused on what happened to Naruto because he doesn't know where he is, and basically, you know, asked the Hokage, and basically, you know, the Hokage said that Naruto joined the Anbu from when he was born, and basically, you know, Kakashi's that, but why would you allow him? Basically, you know, the Hokage said, I didn't allow it. Danzo and the elders wanted this to happen, and I didn't have much say over it. And of course, Kakashi knows that, you know, Minato would be freaking pissed if something like this happened to his son. And basically, remember, Minato's the one who helped Kakashi, you know, get out the Anbu, and now look at him, look at his own son in the Anbu without even, you know, a choice pretty much. I mean, not all Anbu get choices. Anyway, now Naruto, of course, growing up by seeing Anbu fight, and of course at the age of 3 he actually began his training. Danzo said that, you know, Danzo always told him that he should fight like it's his last fight, it's his final fight, fight to the death, do not have any mercy, and, you know, finish your opponent, do not even let them get anywhere close to the objective. Anyway, of course, Naruto learns like this, and, you know, he lives his life like it's going to be the last day he's going to ever live. He never knows. Anyway, of course, Naruto, every day he's training, he trains to, you know, the point where his body cannot handle it anymore, and every time he comes back even stronger. But he keeps doing this, and this is bad because that just means that Naruto, you know, will have no, you know, he won't care about defense or anything. Of course, that's not what Naruto thinks about. Naruto's only doing this when he trains, but when he actually truly fights, he of course defends himself because he doesn't actually want to die. But of course, he's going to fight as if it was going to be his final fight, and he's not going to go out easily. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto at the age of 4 actually meets Shisui. And Shisui, of course, Danzo tells him that Naruto should train under him, and basically, you know, Shisui trains Naruto, and he sees that Naruto is pretty freaking strong. And anyway, of course, uh, you know, Shisui began his training, and he actually had to try a bit. He had to use the body flicker right at the end to, pull out Naruto, because you can see that Naruto was, straining his body, and he doesn't understand. And once Naruto woke up, he said, "Why did you do that?" And basically, of course, and then Shisui says, "You were straining your body. You could have killed yourself there, Naruto. You need to be careful." And basically, Naruto's like, "I fight like it's the last day of my life." And of course, then Shisui's like, "You shouldn't always fight like that, Naruto. Maybe in training, but in a real fight, you shouldn't really do that. You understand? You can't let any enemies get near your weaknesses. Understood? You need to, be aware of your surroundings." And of course, Naruto is still, a beginner, even though it's been a year, and he has a lot of techniques. He doesn't use them properly. He only goes for offense. He doesn't have any defense, and so Shisui actually teaches him. Of course, Naruto trains with Shisui and Itachi for the next 4 years, and of course, Itachi didn't join that. Well, he didn't join straight away. But of course, Naruto trains with both of them and realizes how defense is important. But he still believes in his in what Danzo told him, that he should always think that it's his last day on this earth, and he should always try his best and make the most out of all the missions that he does. Of course, Naruto during these 4 years, he actually began training. I mean, sorry, not during these 4 years. During these 4 years, he just trained. But now Naruto's 8. Of course, Itachi and Shisui died, and then Naruto was pretty bummed out, because he never got a chance to truly do missions with him, because Naruto was only going to start his missions at the age of 8, and Shisui died a bit before Naruto turned 8, and Itachi left the village as a rogue ninja, and Naruto realized that he shouldn't be like Shisui. Of course, Shisui protected the village with everything he's had, but Naruto knows that Shisui didn't fight like he was going to be his last fight. He didn't go all out. Of course, that's a lie. He doesn't actually truly know what happened to Shisui, but of course, he believes that every Anbu that died, they just weren't strong enough. It's a bit like Esdeath from, I'm pretty sure if you guys watched Akame ga Kill, you guys would understand where I'm coming from. Basically, it's a little reference to Esdeath. Every time someone dies, she's like, "Oh, he was weak, she was weak." And basically, she even said that about her lover Tatsumi. Once Tatsumi, basically the second main character, Akame is the main character, basically. But the story was, revolved around Naruto, Tatsumi the most. But anywho, now Naruto, of course, began his missions, and during these 4 years, Naruto really had no friends. Of course, then out of nowhere, Naruto, at the age of 12, not at the age of 12, at the age of 10, Naruto got a new partner, a teammate of his own. Naruto was going to start missions with her. Anywho, this teammate was an Uchiha, someone who Shisui tried his best to protect from Danzo getting his hands on, and she was an even bigger prodigy than Shisui himself, and her name is Tsuki. A lot of you guys have been asking for Tsuki to come back, and so I'm going to bring her back because you guys love her. Anywho, now, of course, Tsuki joins the Akatsuki, and she's a prodigy. She's been training with Shisui for years upon years, and she's amazingly strong. Of course, Danzo now got her hands on him and basically actually promised her that she will actually, help her find out the killer of the actual murderer of her brother, and help her get revenge on him. And of course, that is a lie, because he is basically, the culprit behind behind the Shisui's death. Anywho, of course, she believes in this, and so she joins the Anbu. She meets Naruto and they become friends. Of course, Naruto is actually ecstatic to have his first ever friend, and basically, of course, Tsuki actually found Naruto really attractive. It wasn't like he's cool or anything. She just finds him cute and everything. And anywho, of course, Naruto at first, he doesn't really, see Tsuki as you know, an interesting person. At first is what's up? And basically, you know, he just says hello, and you know, Tsuki just says hello back. But of course, you know, Naruto and Tsuki begin missions together. Of course, they actually sent out of the village alone, and of course, Tsuki can see something resembling her, you know, older brother, and basically, and you know, she asks about it, and she's like, "Where did you learn this body flicker?" Of course, and basically, Naruto's like, "Someone who I don't really want to tell you about, someone that I believe is the best person in this world, to be honest." And basically, you know, he's talking about, you know, Shisui, and basically Tsuki's alright. And anywho, of course, Tsuki then actually, you know, began her training one day. She was training in the in the Anbu headquarters in the Rue, basically. And yeah, of course, Naruto actually came out of nowhere from you know, a mission that he had to do. It was actually a lone mission. Basically, he had to do it on his own. And yeah, of course, now Naruto, you know, after seeing this, you know, after this mission, he actually sees Tsukome. Oh, not Tsukome. I keep getting confused, guys. I'm sorry. Tsuki train, and yeah, of course, Naruto actually joins in by actually, you know, trying to blitz her, and you know, Tsuki's like, "What are you trying to do? Do you really think you can blitz me?" And actually says that, you know, she activates Sharingan and basically, you know, goes off of on Naruto, and she's like, "Don't you even dare!" And of course, Naruto's like, "Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. You're gonna kill me. Like, you're gonna kill me. You're actually gonna strangle me. Please have mercy. All I was doing is just testing you." And of course, Naruto wasn't actually trying to hurt Tsuki or in any way or any you know, he was just, you know, playing around, and he wasn't actually being serious. He wasn't truly trying to, you know, attack Tsuki or something. And yeah, anywho, now Tsuki's there. Never do that again. Or next time I shall have no mercy. And of course, then, you know, Naruto's like, "You haven't, for goddamn, a little joke. You're really about to kill me over that." And of course, Tsuki's like, "Who knows? You might have a mood swing and just kill me. How can I be sure?" And of course, you know, Naruto's like, "Well, fair enough." And of course, you know, Tsuki and Naruto actually began sparring, and basically, Tsuki actually saw some skill in Naruto because Tsuki is much stronger than Naruto. Even though she doesn't show it, she has much more power than Naruto, and she actually already has the Mangekyo because she already found out about, you know, Shisui being dead. As she found out by Danzo, she actually awoken. She actually awakened, not awoken. Awakened her Mangekyo, and yeah. After this, you know, Tsuki actually saw that Naruto was kind of going a bit, you know, too hard on her, and basically it was just a sparring session, and Naruto was pretty much going all out because he didn't want to lose to Tsuki or something, and so he wasn't having any chill. And basically now, you know, after this, Tsuki's like, "Goddamn, you really are a tryhard." And as she says that, she actually blitzes Naruto because she has literally the same exact amount of skill with with body flicker as Naruto. And yeah, of course now Naruto's like, "Wait, what?" And of course he wasn't ready for it, but he wasn't gonna lose or anything, and so he actually you know, countered this by making shadow clones, then all body flickering around her, and then, you know, actually starting to use, you know, lightning release on their bodies to even increase their speed. And Tsuki's like, "Interesting, that's an interesting ability you've got there, but I'm not going to allow you to win this fight." And of course, as she says that, then she actually creates you know, she actually uses her special ability, something that she created on her own, and this ability is no joke. Basically, it's Tsuki actually using her Sharingan, Mongekyo Sharingan, actually, you know, blitzes Naruto, and Naruto didn't see this coming at all. And basically, Tsuki actually uses her Susanoo rib cage to literally, you know, the amount of power that came out of you know, Tsuki just the you know, summoning the Susanoo literally pushed Naruto back so far that Naruto didn't even literally he didn't see this coming. He doesn't know what this is. He doesn't understand it. And like, bro, who a 10-year-old seeing a Susanoo, yo, I'd be like, hey, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is that, bro? You're some sorcerer shit or something. What is this? Anywho, of course, Tsuki then's like, now, anywho, of course, Naruto got back up and said, do you really think you can beat me with that? And of course, Naruto had abilities of his own that no one really knows about. Even Danzo doesn't know about this. And basically, now Naruto, creates a ball of chakra, blue chakra. And then Naruto actually says, don't mess with me. And of course, as he says that, no, of course, he actually teleports in front of Tsuki and literally smashes the Rasengan into her Susanoo ribcage and actually cracks it open. And Tsuki was not expecting this, and basically she's like, what the? And of course, now, after her Susanoo ribcage got destroyed, Naruto then actually kicked her in the stomach, which sent her flying basically. But anywho, now of course Naruto then says, you okay? And of course then Danzo actually came in because there was a lot of noise, especially from the Susanoo ribcage breaking, and plus the Naruto's Rasengan exploding. That created a lot of noise. Anywho, of course, Naruto and Tsukume then, Tsuki just say that they were just training, and they kind of went a bit too hard, and basically, Danzo's like, be silent next time. Of course, then, he just went off on his own, and yeah, now, after this, Naruto and Tsuki actually laughed it off, saying that, anywho, of course, they actually go out together to get some food, and, they actually bump into in front of a few people, to be honest. And it's actually and just saying, this is when they were 10, and it was actually a few jonins, and one of the jonins there was Kakashi, and he actually recognized Naruto. You can see that Naruto had an apathetic look in his eyes. He looked really dead inside. But anyway, of course, they just ignored each other, and basically, the Root and the normal jonin don't really go too well together. Anyway, now Naruto and Tsuki went to Uchiha ramen, had their food, and actually went off on their own ways. Anywho, they were talking on the way back to the route, and yeah, now, Naruto and Tsuki. Anywho, they actually went out together to actually just catch some air. And anywho, of course, they get closer to each other, they, talk to each other. But anywho, of course, the next day, they go back to their old selves, just missions, and, they sometimes talk, spar with each other, but, of course, it's not really that constant. But anywho, they're just on and off. But still, now, after this, after 2 years have passed with Naruto actually knowing Tsuki, he actually realized that maybe he might be interested in her. And so one day, on the day that on the day of the graduation for the Genin, Naruto actually asks Tsuki if she wants to go out with him, like literally on a date. And basically, Tsuki's like, yeah, sure. And basically Naruto's like, wait, so wait. And basically, Naruto was confused. He doesn't really, how to talk to girls much. And just saying, Tsuki still has friends out of the, Anbu. And so she has, seen, she knows how to talk to other people. And then of course, now, and then, Naruto says, so you you like me? And basically Tsuki's like, Naruto, you really don't have any other friends, do you? And of course Naruto's like, yeah. And of course Tsuki then asks about his own life, and basically how did he get into the army. And Naruto then explains that when he was born, his parents got killed, and Danzo actually decided to take him in to the Anbu and train him to become an Anbu, a fighter for the a protector of the leaf. And of course then Naruto asks, how did you get into the Anbu? Basically then And Tsuki explains everything, that she had an older brother, but then he died, and Danzo actually came to her to ask her if she wanted to find out if who killed her brother, and basically and wanted to get stronger to actually kill the dude that killed him, not her. And she's like, yeah. And basically Naruto asks, who was your older brother and how did Danzo know him? And of course then Danzo, Tsuki goes on to say that his name was Shisui Uchiha. And and of course now Naruto's like, wait, you're Shisui's younger sister? And basically, of course, Tsuki goes on to say, yeah, I am. And of course, not. Then Tsuki asks if he knew, Shisui, and basically Naruto went on to explain that Shisui was the one who actually taught him when he was in the Anbu, because Shisui was actually one of the strongest Anbu members, well, root members. And yeah, of course, Tsuki then says, oh, so we are closer to each other than what we thought we were. And basically Naruto's like, yeah. And of course now, Naruto and Tsuki actually started laughing, saying that they pretty much were really close from the very beginning. Naruto thought Shisui as an older brother, and Shisui was Tsuki's older brother. And then they went out. And of course, while they were actually they were under they um they heard about all the commotion, and it was actually a random shinobi. And just saying, the person to actually replace Naruto will be, I think, Sai. I'll say that Naruto took Sai's spot in the Anbu, and so Sai never had to join the Anbu in the first place. And anywho, now of course Naruto and Tsuki found out about this kid actually stealing the scroll of stealing. And so Naruto and Tsuki actually went on their own, well, went together to actually find him. And basically once they actually found him, they asked him why. And of course he says that he said that he failed. And Naruto explains to him that there are no shortcuts to becoming a ninja. He should just try the next year and never give up. And basically the kid's like, oh, okay. And basically then Tsuki went on to explain, ask him who ordered you to steal it. And basically he says Mizuki sensei. And then Naruto's like, Mizuki, huh? Alright. And of course then Mizuki actually appeared and said, give me the scroll or the kid dies. And Naruto's like, try it, I dare you. And of course Tsuki actually was protecting the kid, and basically Naruto went on to fight Mizuki to annihilate him. Basically, remember, Naruto's Johnny level. Anywho, I mean, he is an Anbu, but after this, Naruto and Tsuki, you know, Naruto and Tsuki, took the scroll of sealing, and they were about to give it back to the Hokage. But then Naruto's like, wait, hold up, I wanna take a jutsu from the scroll. And basically Tsuki's like, wait, but weren't you the one to say that he shouldn't have stolen? Naruto's like, yeah, but I mean, I already stole it once back in the days, so might as well just do it. Just learn another jutsu from it. And basically, Tsuki's like, you sly little prick. And of course, now Naruto's like, hehe. Wait. He just starts, giggling. And basically, Tsuki's like, give me some, please. Please, give me some jutsu. And of course, then Naruto's like, I knew it. You always wanted to learn jutsu from here, didn't you? And of course, Tsuki's like, it's one of the, most secretive school in the whole entire world, fam. Of course, I want to learn from it. And of course, Tsuki actually wrote down like the Majestic Destroyer Flame and some S-rank jutsus like Naruto, who wrote down the Flying Raijin, because Naruto actually knew that the Rasengan was made from the fourth Hokage, and he was actually a fanboy of the fourth Hokage. He's known about the fourth Hokage this whole time, and he doesn't actually know who his parents were, but he wants to learn everything that the fourth Hokage used to know. And so Naruto actually has like the Shadow Kunai Shadow Clone and Shuriken Shadow Clone, those kind of jutsus. And so Naruto wants to learn more from what the fourth Hokage knew. But anywho, after this, Naruto and Tsuki go back to the Hokage and bring the scroll of sealing there. And yeah, the Hokage is grateful to the Anbu and realizes that these two are really strong, and wants to congratulate them. And says, you two have become some of the strongest ninjas in this village. at such a young age. And anywho, of course, Naruto and Tsukumo then thanked Okage and well for the compliment, and yeah, they go off on their own. Anywho, Naruto and Tsukumo are kind of ecstatic of the the jutsus they just stole, and they want to learn them. But anywho, of course, now Danzo, who actually wants more, Uchiha power, because he just realized he actually has so much power right now that he could just gain even more by, all the power that he's gained over these years. Now he has the ability to gain even more power. For example, all the Uchiha eyes that he could get, the better he is. Anywho, now, of course, Danzo tells, both Tsuki and Naruto to go on, a long mission. Of course, they're going to be together. And Naruto and Tsukome, oh my god, Tsuki, of course, accept it. And of course, now, well, they didn't really have much choice. But of course, Danzo gives them the mission to spy on Team 7, which is made out of Sai, Sakura, and Sasuke Uchiha. Of course, now Naruto, Sakura, and Sai. Well, I mean Sakura, Sai, and Sasuke. Already the next day met. Kakashi, and now after this, Kakashi, still told them to come up to the roof, and he asked them what the dreams were. And Sai, I'll just say that his dream was to make his brother proud instead of anything else, because I don't really remember Sai's background story. I'm sorry, Sai. No disrespect to Sai, but any Sai lovers out there, bro, like, I respect Sai. He's actually one of the best characters in Naruto. But yeah, anywho, well, in Boruto as well. Boruto Sai is actually amazing. Anywho, now Naruto, of course, asked Tsuki asked Tsuki. You see, Tsuki is not overused anymore. Because I don't get confused with her anymore. I mean, whenever it's fucking Tsukome, I get confused with Tsuki, but when it's Tsuki, I get confused with Tsukome. That makes sense. Thank you, world. Thank you, brain. Anyway, of course, I just realized school starts tomorrow, and NNN started. It's already 1:05 a.m. and yeah, I took a break while recording. I wanted to draw. Anywho, now Naruto and Tsuki actually go on and spy on Team 7 the next day after, because this team really did nothing on the first day of them becoming a team. And anywho, they didn't really mind it. They got more time to train, and yeah, of course, they began their training, and their training was going to be intense. It wasn't going to be some half-assed training, because they're going to be training their bodies to the max. They're not going to slack off at all. And yeah, of course, now Naruto and Tsuki actually have new jutsus to learn. Tsuki has so many. Did I say Tsukome? I meant Tsuki again. Anywho, of course, they actually have jutsus to master. For example, Naruto, the flying Raijin, and some other jutsus. And just saying, Naruto has multiple chakra natures. For now, I'm only gonna give him 4. I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm not 4. 3. Water, wind, and lightning. His appearances once. I'm not gonna make him too OP right now. But anywho, now, of course, Naruto and Tsuki actually train to the breaking point once. Like, they trained so hard that at this point they were literally on the ground, next to each other, and they were just looking at each other, like, literally. And of course, Tsuki's like, do you need anything, Naruto? And of course, Naruto's like, oh no, just enjoying the view. And basically, Tsuki's like, ah, you perv. And basically, Naruto's like, what? Raw? What? How am I a perv? And of course, Tsuki's there. You don't just look at a girl. And basically, Naruto's like, but why wouldn't I? Like, you're cute. And basically, of course, remember, they are like boyfriend and girlfriend now officially, because remember, they like each other. But anyway, of course, now Naruto and Tsuki never really had a kiss yet. But anyway, of course, Naruto actually brings up the matter of if she's ever had a boyfriend before, since how Tsuki actually has had friends before. And Tsuki says that no, but there were a few boys she was friends with, and those were Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba, Shino. And yeah, anywho, basically the Rookie Nine were her friends, but of course she hasn't been hanging out with them much, especially because of Anbu work. But still, she still tries, and yeah, of course they're still friends. But anywho, of course now Naruto says, "Oh, lucky you," and of course he's kind of jealous, and Tsuki's like, "Are you jealous?" And Naruto's like, "Why would I be? They're your friends after all, right?" And of course Tsuki's like, "You're therefore jealous," and basically Naruto's like, "Shush." And he, of course, after this they actually could barely stand up, and they went home this time. Danzo is actually letting them go home somewhere where Naruto hasn't been in a while, same as Tsuki. But Tsuki's home actually got taken away, after the Uchiha massacre. It's been taken away, and so she has nowhere to go. And so she's actually crashing at Naruto's place for now. I mean, she has the money to buy her own place now, but of course she does have the paperwork and she can't be asked. She just wants to rest right now. Anywho, now Naruto, of course, doesn't mind. They remember they are, you know, basically together now, but still. Now, of course, Naruto and Tsuki, realize that they need food, and Naruto actually knows how to cook. Naruto's actually a good boyfriend for once. Unlike in the original, when he's with Hinata. Hinata does everything pretty much, but of course, Hinata decided to become a housewife. But anyway, that's something that really bummed me out. I mean, Sakura is kind of a housewife, but remember, she is still the head of the medical, corpse, corp, not corpse. Anywho, now I say corp, but I'm not sure what they call it. You know, the the hospital, the hospital. Allow it. Anywho, of course, now Naruto and Tsuki then the next morning wake up, and their bodies are feeling sore, especially because of that training. But Naruto and I said Tsukome again. I just realized Tsuki. They wake up the next morning, and their bodies are sore. And Naruto's actually made a bit of progress in the flying Raijin. He's actually been able to create a seal, uh, you know, a seal to actually teleport to, and he realized that it might actually work out. Maybe he might actually master this technique. And yeah, of course Naruto will master it because he is pretty freaking good at mastering jutsus for some reason. Of course, definitely not because it's plot armor and I'm making it so that he can master any jutsus I give him. But still, it's all about skill. Naruto has skill to master these jutsus. Anywho, don't at me. Anyways, now Naruto, after after he woke up, he made breakfast for the two, and yeah, they headed out at 8 o'clock because they did overhear everything. And just saying, Kakashi actually already noticed them, and of course he told the Hokage, and the Hokage was kind of skeptical, but he just said maybe it's Danzo being overprotective over Sasuke, because he did take in Tsuki, and and basically then Kakashi is like, we should be careful if he takes in Sasuke. It's really suspicious already that he took in Tsuki after taking in Naruto, even though he shouldn't have. I mean, and of course then the Hokage is like tries to protect his old friend, and basically is that it's fine, Kakashi, there's no need to worry too much about it. And basically Kakashi likes the Hokage and everything, but he can see that he's a bit too laid back. But that is what makes the third Hokage different from other Hokages. I mean, you could say that Minato was a bit more laid back, but still. Anywho, the next morning, Kakashi still comes late, and everyone's hungry except for Naruto and Tsuki, because remember, they actually ate, and Sakura, Sasuke, and Saya are hungry. Anywho, of course, the bell test begins, and since Naruto's not in here, he doesn't really play a part in it, but he actually can see what this test is about, especially because he overheard everything. And of course, then right before they started the bell test, Kakashi then actually said, hold up, maybe we should bring in these two to do the bell test. And basically not do the bell test, but actually take the exam for well, instead of him doing the being the target of, you know, team 7, he actually says you might as well just come out now. And of course then Naruto and Tsuki are like, oh, I guess we've been caught. And basically, you know, they really didn't put up a fight and you know, try to escape or anything, because they know that Kakashi was in the Anbu before. And yeah, of course they know that Kakashi will just find out if they ran away or anything, and he might even be able to catch up to them, you know, while they're trying to run. Anywho, of course, they ask him why did they call him, why did he call them down, and of course then Kakashi's like, well, you see, I I've seen you guys, you know, following my team around, so I was kind of suspicious of you guys. And basically they're like, oh no, it's just Lord Dancer being a bit overprotective over, you know, you know who. And basically, of course, Kakashi's that, yeah, I had a suspicion about it. But anyway, since you're already here, actually want to test, you know, these kids, and I have some reading to do, so, thank you. You're gonna be taking it. And of course, they were like, wait, what? Wait, no, what? But you're the teacher. And basically Kakashi already disappears. Then Naruto and Tsuki are like, right, so you're taking it. And basically, you know, at the same time, and you know, of course they don't want to do it because, you know, they're kind of lazy right now. They are sore. Remember, their bodies are sore from the training. But then Naruto's like, all right, I'll do it. And of course, Kakashi was like, so this is, you know, Sensei's son. Interesting. And then, you know, Tsuki comes next to Kakashi and says, so you must be a lazy one. And basically, you know, Kakashi's and I just have some work to do, you know, reading my book. And basically she's there, isn't that like a pornography book? And basically, you know, Kakashi's that, no, it's it's a holy book. And of course, you know, now the Beltus begins by, you know, Naruto saying begin. And as he says that, you know, Team 7 actually spreads out. And of course, they actually know that only two of them will pass. And so they all want to pass, to be honest. But, you know, Naruto actually knows, you know, the true meaning of this test. And plus, Kakashi, you know, expected these two Anbu to actually know what this test is about. And of course, they do. Anywho, now, you know, Naruto actually sees that, can actually see where they're hiding. But anywho, of course, out of nowhere, a beast, literally a tiger, a white and black tiger, appears in front of Naruto. And Naruto's like, oh, interesting. Super Beast scroll, huh? And of course, he knows about this because, you know, Danzo has told him about everything pretty much, that all the abilities, you know, that the Leaf Villagers or Leaf Shinobi have. And yeah, he actually knows about this, and he knew that, you know, a clan actually had this. I'm not sure if it's a clan, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't really remember much about it. But since, you know, Ino's and, you know, Sai's son has it, so I guess it's a clan thing. But anyway, of course now, you know, Naruto sees this coming and he's like, nice try. And of course, as he says that, he actually, you know, destroys the beast. But of course, this beast was all a diversion. Anywho, this ink was actually ink that sealed away Naruto's chakra, and of course Naruto's realized this because he could feel his chakra being, you know, somehow stopped. He can't feel it anymore, and Naruto realized what this was. Naruto then says, interesting, very interesting. And of course, as he says that, you know, then Sasuke actually appears out of nowhere and, you know, was about to attack Naruto. And, you know, Naruto says, maybe this team isn't as stupid as I thought it was. And of course, as he says that, he actually, you know, looks at Sasuke and, you know, then actually, you know, not even using chakra, he just, with his bloodlust, actually was able to, you know, blow Sasuke back. And basically, you know, as that happened, you know, then Sai came in again with another super beast scroll technique, and basically he actually summoned two giants now, and basically Naruto, which towered over Naruto. And of course Naruto's like, interesting, very interesting. This team has a lot of surprises, but do you really, sorry, Do you really think that will be enough to beat me? And Tsuki then starts laughing, giggling, not laughing, and basically, Kakashi then asks, "Why are you laughing?" And of course, then Tsuki's like, "Nah, just keep watching." And of course, as Naruto, looks at the two giants towering over him, just says, "Okay, then let's finish this fight." And of course, as he says that, um Naruto then actually teleports, literally. Well, not teleports. He looked like he teleport, but of course he's using body flicker, which to Sasuke's and Sai's and Sakura's eye, that was a teleportation move. They're like, nope, nope, no, no, what the hell? And of course, Kakashi actually knew that this was a body flicker, but the amount of skill in this body flicker was so immense that even Kakashi was surprised at how much Naruto, how good Naruto is, not how much Naruto, how good Naruto is with the body flicker. And basically, Tsuki then says, well, you see, maybe this team won't be able to pass, but I guess they used a little bit of teamwork. But then, as she says that Sakura comes out of nowhere, and since I didn't cover anything about the Rookie 9, Sakura has actually been training herself. She wasn't slacking. Here, of course, she still has a crush on Sasuke, but instead of just, following her crush blind, she actually decided to try to stand out from the other girls, all the other girls were just, asking Sasuke out every day. Well, she actually decided to stand out, be different, and maybe she'll get Sasuke's attention. And so that's what she did. And uh, she trained herself to become even stronger than all the other girls, and she actually comes out of nowhere to punch Naruto in the head, just like what she did to Kaguya. But then Naruto sees this coming, and so he's actually able to dodge it. But now the two giants will actually punch Naruto at the same time, which actually sent Naruto flying. And basically Sasuke actually activates his Sharingan to uh, uh, amplified the heat and the power of the next technique that he's about to use. And basically then Sasuke screams out 5-star fireball jutsu. And basically as he says that the massive fireball is already heading to now Naruto. And now Naruto realizing what is heading towards him, says, oh well, maybe I was a bit too cocky. But then Naruto, as he says that, says, oh well, all right, maybe these kids are much better than what I thought. And of course he says kids, but of course what he means is that this team is much better than what he initially saw them as. And so what he does next is something kind of weird, but well, of course they couldn't really see it, but Naruto actually creates a sword of water. Literally, that's how good Naruto is at manipulating water. And basically Naruto has water manipulation. And yes, that is a technique of Naruto's, which he created over the years with Tsuki. Yes, and basically Naruto literally sliced through the fireball jutsu, and the fireball actually exploded into steam because of Naruto's uh water sword. And everyone was stunned at this. And basically even Kakashi was like, what kind of technique is that? I've never seen a jutsu like that. And basically then Tsuki then says that Naruto and her have been training real hard, and over time Naruto has developed the technique which allows him to manipulate water into a strong sword and of water, made out of water, which is able to cut through fire easily. And this is what Naruto just did. And so Kakashi was like, interesting, well, that's actually a really useful jutsu. And basically Tsuki's like, well, Naruto did make it, and it was him, it's his own jutsu, personal jutsu. And of course Kakashi is like, is she a fangirl of Naruto or something? But of course, it's because Naruto and Tsuki are engaged basically. But still, anywho, now of course Naruto looks at Team 7, which were all standing in awe of Naruto. And basically then Naruto says, you will pass. And basically Kakashi is like, so even Naruto knew the true meaning of this test. And of course that is what Kakashi expected. And basically of course the time run out. Of course this fight actually dragged on for a while, and of course Team 7 was completely baffled, and they were like, what do you mean we passed? You're not even our sensei, and how does it make sense? We didn't even take the belts from you. And Naruto then explains, you need to think better. You guys work together, and that was all there was to this test. All you had to do is work together. And then basically Kakashi appears and explains it a bit better than Naruto, and says that this test was all about teamwork, and even though they didn't mean it, they worked together as a team, and they had each other's backs, and so in the end they were actually able to pass, because they actually made Naruto use a technique. And just saying, Naruto's auto manipulation is an S rank jutsu, and a team of 3 Genin being able to make Naruto use his water manipulation is pretty impressive. Even Naruto's really impressed by this team, and he congratulates them before going to Tsuki. And basically then Sasuke asks who is he, and basically Kakashi explains that he is their own age. Basically he is a kid their own age, and basically he's 12 just like them, but he was enrolled into the Anbu since the day he was born, and the only reason that is because he was orphaned during the Ninetales attack, and basically over the years he's just grown in the Anbu and just trained himself. But of course then Sasuke says, but okay, I did see an Anbu mask, but these two don't act like Anbu. And basically Sakura's like, wait, isn't that Tsuki? And basically of course she just notices now, because before she was more worried about her belt test, but Tsuki didn't actually show her face, but of course Naruto did. Naruto took his mask off right before the exam, and of course Tsuki took it off in here. And yeah, of course Sakura asks Tsuki what she's doing, what is she doing here, and basically Tsuki's like, oh hey Sakura, and of course Naruto is like, oh you two know each other, and basically they're like, yeah, we're friends. And basically Naruto's like, oh I guess you two can talk, and I'll be waiting there for Tsuki. Anywho, of course now Kakashi then Sasuke then asks why Kakashi allowed him to take the belt test, and basically Kakashi's like, well, you see, I kinda wanted to test Naruto's strength myself, but I never really got a chance to, and so I took this opportunity to test his strength. And basically then and then Sai is like, also you basically used us as to see how strong Naruto is. And basically Kakashi is like, well, if you put it that way, I just look like the bad guy. And basically Sai is like, I'm trying to make you look like the bad guy, Kakashi sensei. And of course Kakashi is like, hey, leave me alone. And of course this team are getting well together. And yeah, anywho, of course now Naruto and Tsuki, anywho, decide to leave, because their job is done. They've looked after this team for today, and of course this team was done too, and so they were gonna come back tomorrow for their first mission. And Naruto and Tsuki were gonna come to still keep an eye on them. But anywho, now of course Naruto and Tsuki kept going on their training. They kept training, and yeah, of course they're still trying to learn those techniques that they have written down. But still, anywho, after this Tsuki and Naruto actually after a while, after a full month of looking after Team 7, Team 7 got bored of D-ranked missions, and so they asked for a C-ranked mission, or even a higher ranked mission. And the Hokage was kind of skeptical, but he knew that the two Anbu, two strong Anbu were looking after them, and plus Kakashi is there. And Kakashi actually said that confirmed that they are actually ready for a C-ranked mission, because they are pretty strong, and especially if they put up a good fight against Naruto himself. And of course Tsuki always says, look, a team of 3 Genin were able to make you try. Wow, you're pretty weak, Naruto. And of course Naruto's like, hey, listen, their teamwork was amazing. And of course Naruto is trying to protect himself and their team. Of course Naruto, for some reason, he tried a bit too hard on them, and Tsuki always takes the piss out of Naruto, because he had to try against such a puny team. But of course, uh, Team 7 actually asked Kakashi if Tsuki was just as strong as Naruto, and then Kakashi's like, from what he has seen, well, he hasn't really seen her in action, but from what he has estimated, or from what he thinks, Tsuki is pretty much as, or maybe even stronger than Naruto. And Team 7 were like, Jesus, just what kind of training did these two go through? And of course, that is true. What kind of training did they go through? Anywho, of course, now Naruto and Tsuki, uh, just return to their normal lives until the next day arrives, which is the team's mission. Anywho, of course, during this time, Naruto was actually training. During this 1 month, he was actually training in the Flying Raijin, and he didn't master it yet. Tsuki mastered the Majestic Destroyer Flame, also the Fire Phoenix Jutsu, and Naruto actually unlocked the Fire Release. And of course, this is what has been keeping Naruto busy, because he's actually trying to learn Fire Release jutsus, and since Tsuki is a master of Fire Release, it's better for him. Anywho, now Team 7's D ranked mission, C ranked mission came up, and so they were actually getting ready for the next day, and they were gonna take a break from training this day. But anywho, Naruto and Tsuki actually go home, and just saying Tsuki still lives with Naruto, because she still doesn't have a home, and she doesn't really mind living with Naruto, and so she doesn't she doesn't really want to move, and plus they're already engaged, so it doesn't really matter to them, and it's just better for them. Anywho, now Naruto and Tsuki, the next morning wake up and go to, Team 7, and they see that the whole of Team 7 is there before them, and so, they actually go to say hello, and, Team 7 wants to ask them questions. They want to ask what kind of training they went through, and, Tsuki is more than, happy to answer them. Tsuki is more laid back than Naruto, but of course Naruto is a bit more, strict or something. You could say Naruto is like a strict teacher, more than much stricter than Tsuki, that's for sure. Anywho, now, of course, after this, Team 7 understood that Naruto and Tsuki are, good friends, and they have a good relationship, and also they are pretty freaking strong shinobi. And Tsuki then says that, once they ask who's stronger, and basically Naruto then Naruto and Tsuki just laugh and say that they actually don't know. The last time they had a fight was when they were 10, and that didn't end up too well. It ended up in a draw, and none of them won, and basically they were actually kind of scared that as 10-year-olds then that ended up as a draw. But imagine now, 2 years later, when they're much stronger. And yeah, anywho, that's where I'm gonna end off. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was a King of Weebs here. I know I haven't even gone into the Land of Waves arc yet, but of course we're heading into it, and the next part is probably going to be a bit longer, and this part has mostly been just me talking about their background stories, Tsuki's and Naruto's background stories. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. My darklings, you're dismissed, and don't forget to subscribe to Kazama. And also Miniman123, Ratreet, and my friend Hxmesh, and follow Shoka on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server to have some fun. And yeah, all links are in the description below, and don't forget to get your anime merch from Beautiful Halo. Sign up from my link, and you can get some good quality anime merch for cheap prices. For example, and plus you can get a 5% off on your next $49 plus order, and a 10% off on your next $99 plus order by using this promo code MEME, MEME. I'm sure we all know what memes are. And also don't forget to use my link and sign up with my link and buy with my link, also you can support my channel. And anywho, hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. Darklings, you're dismissed. Don't forget to control yourself, self-control this month, and peace.